Are we on? Are we on?
Just record. Well, the red light shows it's recording.
I'm on.
So let us first talk about your show. And I've heard that your style is very, becoming more and more popular by the audience here. It's my black gothic audience, but they like your music very much.
Well, I was a little bit apprehensive on the way to the festival because, to be honest, like I would have thought that when I was doing my last album, The Bachelor, that was when I would have been best for this festival. But with every album, I change spirit and I go through a new experience. And kind of recently, I've come out of a darker part of my heart and into a bit more of just trying to be optimistic about life. And then when I got here, I realized, while speaking to my friends here in Germany, and they're like, well, actually, like, maybe like the gothic audience are sometimes a lot more euphoric and happy than an audience which just goes to a festival. Because if you give darkness and you nourish darkness sometimes, then it makes people happy. It's like group therapy. Yeah. So actually I found that today I came off with the biggest smile on my face and love in my heart than a lot of other festivals I've been to, because I didn't feel too judged. I could sing the darkest songs that I've written in the last 5 albums and not feel like this, my daughter might be listening or something. But I felt today like I was really understood, and I have gone to quite hard places lyrically and in production, and I felt like I didn't really have any inhibitions today, so that was really nice to do that. Yeah. So I've had a lot of festivals where it's all about sharing joy, but today it was a bit more about going a little deeper into the darkness and sharing that. So that was good.
So your music is, the people adopt it, in kind of a way that, they listen to all the electro, the hard stuff and the industrial stuff and the aggressive music, and people need something different, And even if you talk about, putting your dark side into your lyrics, your compositions or something, the people need to listen to fresh things,
Well, I guess so. I mean, I'm just surprised people listen to
It's just an interpretation, so...
I'm really surprised people listen to my work, and it's not just me being humble on purpose. It's really like... I make it because I really have to write that music, and even just in the last 2 weeks I was meant to be doing so much business stuff about this album, and I was meant to answer 10 emails here and make these phone calls here, but I just kind of turned off all the phones and emails and just wrote music, and that's kind of me. I just write because I have to, and it's not about... I'm sure I'd make a lot more money if I answered the phone and reply to those emails, but... I'm not a business. I'm just writing songs and singing. I'm a performer, so.
But is it still, we had a talk today with Vic Anselmo, and we talked about, the information overkill and the marketing stuff and things an artist can still handle, with talking to the fans and caring about his art and his music, without getting too much involved in, in the music business of doing an album and tour, and which basically kills music at some point, because you're forced to do another album, another tour. So it could be different to keep the freshness in your music. So you have to concentrate on your music, basically.
Well, people always say like, "Oh, you're 28 years old and you're on your 5th album. How did that happen?" And well, because I think the rule number 1 was that I always surrounded myself with people that were interested in my writing, not making money out of me. Maybe I'm stupid. In Hollywood, I'm sure I'd be a very stupid person for that. But in my world, my little world, that's right. A lot of bands, they write 1 album. Yeah. And then their manager goes, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, 6 years, 7 year.
Next one.
And then they're like 35. And they've only done 1 album. Yeah. I want to see a spiritual and emotional growth in the artists I listen to. And there's a certain time you have to go private to then be public again. And personally, I've always done it this way. I make an album, it takes me about 2 years, and then I tour it for 1 year, then I disappear, and then back again. So that's why I've done 5 albums in that amount of time. But I always have to make sure I have that balance, like private and public. You know, that's why I really like to make some form of disguise on stage. You know? Today I tried to reveal, because I've never played MERA Festival before. Tried to reveal like the last 4 years of me. So I came on stage with a black hair like this. And a big black cape, and then the cape came off, and it revealed me in the jumpsuit, ready for action. And then the black wig came off, and then it was me ready to be Lupercalia, not the Bachelor anymore. And then the black jumpsuit came off, and I was Lupercalia, and then I'm regressing suddenly, and then I'm into Vulture, and I have my big Vulture cape on, and then I'm just free. I've explored all my different personalities in the last 4 years.
Is it is it
so you understand?
I understand this, of course.
Because I don't
is
really.
So you switch to another person? Which
today, especially, I've been like really like, this is what Lupercalia is about. But I thought, well, I've not played to this audience before, and I want to show them, that, like Cher, probably not a good reference for this festival, but Cher, she has her 12 different eras within one show. Well, I've got an hour on stage. I'm going to at least give 2 eras for you. You know? This is the thing. Now, I started off very I'm not going to give any theatre, but it's in my heart. It's going to pop out one day or the other. Yeah.
So the audience, if you talk about your music and the things you're doing, and you did so much albums and so much experience with different fans, different fan bases. Your fan base seems to grow year after year, which is a result of your constant work, I think.
Yeah, do you know what? And the thing is that in somewhere like this, it's segregated, but then at my own shows, it's all mixed. And there are lots of, when I read up online after, like today, I was like reading up, MERA Festival, Patrick Wolf on the internet. I was like, why here can I swear on your thing? Am I allowed to swear on your website? It was like, why is Patrick Wolf playing at MERA Festival? Get him off stage. Who do you think he is? And I was like, okay, well, I take that opinion to heart, but that kind of happens, like, those opinions rub up against each other at my own shows. You've got, like, a family there with 2 kids, a young family, and then you've got, like, the 2 lesbians that have never met before, and then you got like a boy on his own who's just got a fake ID, who will probably run a rugby club one day, and it's a really great audience, but tonight it was an opportunity to focus on one emotion and one spirit. But I always try and convey it for everybody as much as possible, and I try, but I get exhausted. I try, and I always want to make sure that nobody's excluded and nobody feels like they're not part of a club. I'm not about making a club or anything. I don't want that to be my music. I want it to be for everybody, anybody, however old you are, even for fetuses, or like people from the moon.
But it's some people really look like they're from the moon today,
Great. But, I love
but
people
it's interesting because it's so differently, and the ages are so differently,
Yeah, it really is.
Old school, pop, EBM, gothic kind of.
Well, I just write a couple of songs that are very domestic, and they're very much about being happy with just closing the door and focusing on the omelette you're going to make or whatever you're going to make for dinner, and being pleased with that peace and sense in such a chaotic, horrible world, and just that those 4 walls you put around yourself, that's the peace you make in the world. And I didn't sing that tonight because I actually thought that maybe the audience might be a bit more like, they want to hear a bit more about me being raped in a motel in Hollywood and stuff like that,
Is it difficult to switch back to your,
And it takes costume.
Yeah.
Because I always say, like, you can't interview me for an hour before any show because I need to go into that place.
Yeah.
It's like I've got to put some kind of
okay.
around me.
Okay.
Cloak,
the big
cloak.
Yeah, the big
of some kind, a spiritual cloak or mental cloak, to go back to those old experiences. Yeah.
So is it? I can imagine it's it's kind of difficult just to you have to turn back and fall down to your normal stuff.
Time.
Yeah, not time, but
Why doesn't Cher headline MERA Luna Festival next year? She's a goth. I mean, I swear, if you asked her, she'd like, I'm definitely.
Yeah,
goth.
Right. You're right.
She's dark. She's amazing. She's like.
So if she performs the right songs, why not?
Half Breed. That's such a good song. You know
Probably.
that one?
I think so.
It?
I don't.
See, MERA Luna, you've got to get with Cher. You've got to get with this.
Would be an interesting combination.
Gypsies, tramps, and thieves.
With a darker sound, it would work.
She's hardcore. I swear. She's been through a lot.
So it's probably would be a good option for cooperation. Why not? Have you ever thought about doing things with Cher?
Often, yeah. Cher, if you're watching this video, then I'd love to work on Gypsies, Tramps and Thieves 2011 with you and mix it in with Half Breed. Because I know where you've been and I know where you're going and I'm with you all the way.
We send Cher this stuff.
Good.
Why not?
Send it.
Just that,
send your love.
Why not to put it on YouTube and somebody will watch it probably. So
well,
you know.
Well, you
never know
can dream.
what turns out.
I'm serious. I feel like I'm being bullied for my Cher love, but I swear she would literally rule this festival. Definitely. A lot of these performers they don't got nothing on Cher, but even if Alec was here right now, he'd say, yeah, Cher, she's hardcore. She's DHR.
At this time, a few years ago, it wouldn't work doing such strange combinations, to putting, the classic bands were doomed in the 90s. No, we're dark, we're gothic, we don't want to deal with such kind of persons from the 70s or the 80s, and now it just turns back. And those people get involved in new projects, and they have success.
Well, I'd say as well, I'm really excited there is a renaissance for music that doesn't always have to be so optimistic and happy the whole time.
Yeah.
The reason I escaped to all the goth clubs in London during 2007, 2008, 2009, I made the Magic Position album, and I was like, oh, I'm so sick of Technicolor and happiness and glitter, and I was like, okay, where can I go? So I went to Slimelight. I would go every Saturday for 9 hours.
I know Slimelight. Yeah.
And I'd be there for 9-10 hours, just soaking in every bit of high BPM, high energy, minor key dance music that I could, and making friends with this whole gang of people because it just made me feel a lot happier about life. Yeah. That I could again with everybody just dance away our Saturdays into darkness and so I'm very happy that if more and more kids can rather than go out and riot on the streets, maybe they should go and listen to some hardcore gabba music and get that aggressive energy out with some big gabba beats and industrial music. And because for every kid that was bullied at school, a lot of the time they would go to hardcore music and industrial world to get rid of their aggressive energy. They're not the kids that fight in the street. The kids, they just haven't found the right music.
Maybe people need to get a ventile to let go.
Well, that's why I got excited about dubstep and stuff. I thought maybe and grime music, maybe that generation are going to find some kind of release, but obviously they've not been given the right message through that kind of music, and so we have what we just experienced in London in the last week and a half.
Absolutely.
So they need a music. I say, don't be up London. Come to MERA Luna Festival.
Yeah. Or any other festival that works for this.
Yeah.
What do you think about the things going on in the UK at the moment?
Well, I was born in SE1, and I grew up in Clapham and Wandsworth, which is where one of the biggest riots was, and I saw a lot of the places that I grew up with, and even the party shop I got all my stuff with when I was younger, but got up in flames, and I locked all the doors and slept with a knife under my bed, and everyone was rumouring this is that. It was kind of like a panic stations in London, and it's not a city that does panic very well. We're very much stiff upper lip. if there's a bomb, get under the staircase. If there's like 20 bombs, get in the cellar or go in the tube. And I was really upset that, I had a show on Wednesday and it was cancelled because of safety or whatever. And I talked to a lot of taxi drivers when I've been in the cars and stuff. I was just upset that there was no the show must go on mentality about London. Everyone was like, oh, okay, well, there's been a riot, and I'm more to be like, and I probably get in trouble with this apart from the taxi drivers and all the older generation. You must fight negativity with positivity. You've got to, when there's a riot, you do a show, you do a dance party, and there's been some really wonderful community work, and I have nothing to comment on. Only to my friends, I have discussions about this, and the only problem is that it's a riot without a message. Yeah. It's a protest without any goal. Yeah. And it's aggression without any solution, and it's a revolution without any solution. It's not even a revolution. It's just.
So in fact, if it's
destruction, it's destruction.
It's just destruction, right?
Which is just, we don't need any more of that in the world, at all.
Absolutely right.
And I'm right in the heart of it, as many of my friends are, and we just hope that it's been a message to generations beyond that, or that generation, that it's not accepted. It's not what we believe in.
So I think it's probably a proof that there was something that was missing, and people needed something.
Yeah,
but
a pair
it
of
was the wrong.
I'll tell you what was missing: a pair of trainers, a flat screen TV. Yeah. A free McDonald's. I mean, that's about as much as we got from their message. Yeah. Fine. If you're going to riot, do something if it's going to be that Starbucks, Cafe Nero, Costa Coffee, tell us a message. Give us a message. There was no message, nothing. I mean, at least the general public would be able to try and understand something. But there was no understanding of what was going on. And even from every generation, every walk of life, everyone was like, well, what's going on? And I'm really glad that everyone came together. It's put the UK in a more communal spirit than ever that I've known in living there 27 years. So it's great. In a way, it's positive must come out of negative, but I would just wish there was some kind of some kind of message.
Could this be a warning? Because it's so senseless. It wouldn't work.
No, there's no warning. That's the thing. It's futile. It's just it's like a wank. It's like a masturbation. Yeah. Okay. It's just nothing. It's just like futile argument about a fictitious enemy.
Will vanish and will go away, and that's it, because it was completely without any sense.
What day is it? Saturday. I think it was only last weekend.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
So people faster forget, Did anyone remember Japan or Norway or stuff? So 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and we have the next headline.
Well, I was very shocked by Thursday or whatever, it's all about. I don't know. Yeah, well, that's just, do you know what? I'm actually proud of the human spirit to forget, to be honest. Yeah. To forgive and forget very quickly. Yeah. Because I don't want to get into, I'm not somebody that holds grudges. And everybody has the right in their life to change and to make something better of their life. And I don't like people that hold grudges, because I think grudges turn into like a big ball of negative energy in the world. And
nobody needs negative energy.
No. So I'm very happy that in a way we are forgiving very quickly. Yeah. Or forgetting at least, and moving on with our lives and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So we're again on a philosophical discussion.
It's fine. I forgot I even had a microphone.
That's a good thing.
I forgot it's 2 in the morning.
No, it's not 2 in the morning. It's not that late.
It should be.
Okay, I think.
Okay, danke schön.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice night.
Good night. Thank you very much.